to enter the gates, and having a bit of a problem there with Sea Dragon, who was playing up on the extreme outside draw. Almaraz has been stalled. They just wait now for Trident Star to complete the line. As we said in this race, number 1 Miso has been withdrawn before coming under starter's orders. Trident Star being led up. They seem to have got her in. Trident Star has broken out of the gate, but he manages to control her. And she's going to be taken back to be restalled. So the start being held up here by Trident Star, who's being taken back behind the gates. They had managed to put her in, but she took on the gate and came out. So she's been taken back now. The field reduced to 7 with the withdrawal of Miso. And Trident Star being lined up once again. And she breaks out again a second time. So the handler's not managing to control her and allowing her to come out of the gate a second time. She's going to be taken back again behind the stalls. The other 6 runners standing patiently inside the gates. So Trident Star for the 3rd time now being tried. She's drawn 6. Trident Star very fractious there inside the gates. Extremely fractious is Trident Star. The jockey not yet on the saddle. They put a pair of blinds on her now inside the gate. Jockey Arul getting back into the saddle. They finally got them in. She seems to have settled down. They're all in. And they're off and racing for the Aristotle handicap. Slightly slow out there was Trident Star. But as they settle down to race, it's Tenderheart, the early leader there, being joined on the outside by Sea Dragon. Jinsoku a close 3rd. Then there's Ticker on the outside. On the inside, Almaraz. About a length and a half away, Misty Grey, and Trident Star making a bit of a forward move. They go past the 800, approaching the 600-meter marker. Tenderheart continues to call it. Just about 3 parts of a length now, the good of Sea Dragon. Joining them on the outside, traveling about 3 to 4 wide, there is Ticker. A length and a half away, Almaraz on the inside. Up on the outside, Jinsoku. A length and a half behind, Misty Grey, and a close last there is Trident Star. They turn around and swing into the straight, and it's still Tenderheart, the leader, from Ticker moving up on the outside. Then there's Sea Dragon being switched to the outside as well, and Misty Grey on the inside, but with about 100 to run, and it's still Tenderheart and Ticker traveling strongly on the outside. Tenderheart and Ticker. It's Tenderheart from Ticker. Tenderheart and Ticker. Tenderheart holds on to win this one from Ticker. Then came Almaraz, followed there by Misty Grey, Trident Star. So a pulsating finish all the way down the straight. Tenderheart had led all the way, but she's managed to hold on in the end. So Tenderheart, the property of Bhupesh Kumar Sharma, Bimal Khemka, trained by Vikas Jaiswal, ridden by Kiran Naidu, coming out to deliver the goods in the first race, the Aristotle handicap. She's led all the way virtually from the start. Ticker came with a very strong run in the closing stages, but Tenderheart and Kiran Naidu managed to hold her off, and it was Tenderheart who won the Aristotle handicap. We wait for the replay of the first race. It is now. You've got Tenderheart on the rail, Sea Dragon on the outside, and then there's Ticker, who's strapped a little wide here. She comes almost 4 to 5 horses wide, and then Jinsoku behind them, followed by Almaraz. At this stage, you've still got Tender Heart just the leader, but a serious challenge coming at them from Ticker on the outside. The rest seem to be fading out of it, but 100 to run, and Kiran Naidu gets that little bit extra out of Tender Heart, who manages to keep going and peg back Ticker, who's run a gallant race to be second.
The results of the first race at Kolkata: number 3, Tender Heart, first; number 7, Ticker, second; number 4, Almaraz, third; number 8, Misty Grey, fourth; number 2, Jinsoku, fifth. I repeat, number 3, Tender Heart, first; number 7, Ticker, second; number 4, Almaraz, third; number 8, Misty Grey, fourth; number 2, Jinsoku, fifth. The distances and time won by 3/4 of a length, 1 3/4 lengths between second and third, 1 3/4 lengths between third and fourth, 2.5 lengths between fourth and fifth. Time 1 minute 08.768 seconds. I repeat, 3/4, 1 3/4, 1 3/4, 2.5. Time 1 minute 08.768 seconds.
Your attention please. The all clear has been given for the first race in Kolkata. Please note, deductions on bets placed with bookmakers prior to the withdrawal of horse number 1 will be announced shortly. Your attention please. Please note, in the second race in Kolkata, horse number 8 Asterix is being led out early to the gates. I repeat, horse number 8 Asterix is being led out early to the gates.
Your attention please. May I have attention please. Bookmakers, please note, win bets led with bookmakers prior to the announcement of the withdrawal of horse number 1 Miso in the first race will be reduced by 12 paisa in the rupee 1 2, and place bets will be reduced by 25 paisa in the rupee 2 5. I repeat, bookmakers, please note, win bets led with bookmakers prior to the announcement of the withdrawal of horse number 1 Miso in the first race will be reduced by 12 paisa in the rupee 1 2, and place bets will be reduced by 25 paisa in the rupee 2 5.
And they're off and racing for the Aristotle handicap. Slightly slow out there was Trident Star. But as they settle down to race, it's Tenderheart, the early leader there, being joined on the outside by Sea Dragon. Jinsoku a close third. Then there's Ticker on the outside. On the inside, Almaraz about a length and a half away, Misty Grey, and Trident Star making a bit of a forward move. They go past the 800, approaching the 600-meter marker. Tenderheart continues to call it. Just about 3 parts of a length now, the good of Sea Dragon. Joining them on the outside, travelling about 3 to 4 wide, there is Ticker. A length and a half away, Almaraz on the inside. Up on the outside, Jinsoku. A length and a half behind, Misty Grey. And a close last there is Trident Star. They turn around and swing into the straight, and it's still Tenderheart, the leader, from Ticker moving up on the outside. Then there's Sea Dragon being switched to the outside as well, and Misty Grey on the inside. But with about 100 to run, and it's still Tenderheart and Ticker travelling strongly on the outside. Tenderheart and Ticker. It's Tenderheart from Ticker. Tenderheart and Ticker. Tenderheart holds on to win this one from Ticker. Then came Almaraz, followed there by Misty Grey, Trident Star. So a pulsating finish all the way down the straight. Tenderheart had led all the way, but she's managed to hold on in the end. So Tenderheart, the property of Bhupesh.
Your attention please. Previous carried over amount of net ₹1 lakh has been added to the jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of jackpot pool tickets will close at the start of the second race. Please buy your tickets early to avoid disappointment. I repeat, previous carried over amount of net ₹1 lakh has been added to the jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of jackpot pool tickets will close at the start of the second race. Please buy your tickets early to avoid disappointment.
Total exit announcement. In the first race of Calcutta, horse number 1 has been withdrawn. In the first leg of first table pool, all the tickets on that horse have been transferred to horse number 5, being the first favorite horse in the total exit of win pool. Dividend for the first race of Calcutta, 3 win pays ₹25.25, 3 place pays ₹12.12, 7 place pays ₹20.20, and 4 place pays ₹15.15. Second horse pool pays ₹59.59, third horse pool pays ₹31.31. Quinella pays ₹182,182. Forecast pays ₹130,130. Your attention please. Tanala pays ₹602,602. The winning combination is 3, 7 and 4. Your attention please. The gross carried over exacta is ₹220,220. Your attention please. In the first leg of first table pool, the gross pool collection is ₹49,900. 49900 on 1,212 winning tickets.
We move on to the second race of the afternoon, the Adabella Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. The first runner we're looking at is Jamaica. This is from the current season in race number 12, where it went over 1100 meters. Jamaica was traveling in third spot as the horses took the turn and then brushed up and took charge into the last 200 meters and won that race by a widening margin of 4 1/4 lengths, beating UV into second. Couple of runners racing against each other in race number 9, that was Kindred Spirit and Magnite. They went over 1400 meters. Kindred Spirit was in 6th spot and Magnite was in fact leading the pack as they entered the home straight. Kindred Spirit came up with a run and eventually finished on 4th, while Magnite started to slide back and eventually finished on 9th of 11 runners. The winner here was White Roses, who won that race by about 2 lengths. Number 5 is UV. UV has really been very consistent, placing in almost all of his starts. In his last start, UV was in 3rd spot. This was in race number 20, where UV went over 1200 meters and was in 3rd and kept on finding something as they entered the home straight and entered the last 200 meters and finished on a close 3rd behind Tropical Lady. Number 8 is Asterisk. Asterisk, after winning its last start of the winter season, this couple of starts in the monsoon season. First up in race number 21, it finished on 5th. In race number 29, the one we are looking on, 1100 meters, took the turn in 8th spot, then made up a placing and eventually finished on 7th. The winner here was Dance Along, who won that race by about 5 lengths.
Your attention, please. Please note, in the second race in Kolkata, horse number 2, Mr. Humble, will run with blinkers and a tongue strap. I repeat, horse number 3, Mr. Humble, will run with blinkers and a tongue strap. Kindly note, horse number 4, Kindred Spirit, will run with a tongue strap, cross noseband and basket bit. I repeat, horse number 4, Kindred Spirit, will run with a tongue strap, cross noseband and basket bit.
Your attention please. Previous carried over amount of net rupees 1 lakh has been added to the jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of jackpot pool tickets will close at the start of the second race. Please buy your tickets early to avoid disappointment. I repeat, previous carried over amount of net rupees 1 lakh has been added to the jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of jackpot pool tickets will close at the start of the second race. Please buy your tickets early to avoid disappointment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the second race of the day, the Adabella Handicap. 8 horses, 1200 meters. Rather take us through horse number 1, Mr. Perfect.
Hi Melissa, this is the second race. Mr. Perfect has having his first run since coming from Hyderabad. He looks fit and well for the race, so we just have to watch how he's going to run.
Horse number 2, Jamaica from Javed Khan's yard, ridden by Neeraj Rawal.
Jamaica looks absolutely outstanding in the paddock, and in the same class she just blew the field away, and she looks absolutely spot on and ready for an encore.
Horse number 3, Mr. Humble from Vikas Jaiswal's yard, ridden by Kiran Naidu.
Mr. Humble has his first run since coming from Bangalore, and we don't know really much about this horse, so we'll have to wait and watch to see how he runs this race.
And horse number 4, Kindred Spirit from Rajesh Naredu's yard, ridden by Yash Naredu.
Kindred Spirit had his only start since coming from Bangalore, where he ran 4th in the 1400 meters. He's coming down in distance now, running a 5.5. Looks well, looks fit in the paddock.
Then UV from Vikas Jaiswal's yard, written by P. Tejeshwar.
UV's never been off the board in the last 5 starts, and he looks absolutely fit again, and I think he should be running the money again.
Horse number 6, Magnite from Shafiq Khan's yard.
Magnite is all on her toes, and she looks absolutely fit. The distance might be a trifle little too sharp for her, I feel.
Horse number 7, Redeemer Pledge from B. Rajinder Reddy's yard.
Redeemer Pledge having a first start since coming from Hyderabad. Looks fit enough in the paddock, and we'll have to watch and see how she runs.
And lastly but not the least, horse number 8, Asterix from Javed Khan's yard.
Asterix has had 2 runs in the monsoon and is having his first start in the winter over here. And I think the distance might be a little sharp for it. Well, we'll have to wait and watch how he performs.
So if I had to ask you for your top 2 in this race, being the first leg of the jackpot, Ratha, what would be your top 2?
My first choice would be definitely Jamaica on the paddock looks, and the second choice would be Kindred Spirit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first leg of the jackpot. Ratha has given his picks for the second race of the day, that is Jamaica and Kindred Spirit. The horses have made their way out of the paddock towards the starting gates, so may the best horse win. Thank you.
So the runners and riders for the second race of the afternoon, the Adabella Handicap, now on the racetrack, making their way towards the 1200 meter marker. Latest bookmakers odds, and we have a very strong favorite here in number 2, Jamaica, at 10-4 on. Number 4, Kindred Spirit, at 5-1, 10-1 and over, bar these 2. So that's the way they bet here for this second race. Jamaica at 10-4 on, 5-1 Kindred Spirit, 10-1 and over the other runners. So the 8 runners making their way towards the 1200 meter marker. Asterix being led to the gates without the rider. The other 7 runners proceeding on their way. And in the picture there you've got Magnite and Redeemer Pledge. And now coming into the picture there you've got Kindred Spirit, Mr. Humble, UV, Jamaica leading this foursome over here. So you've got Jamaica, Kindred Spirit, Mr. Humble and UV. The others on their way to the gates are Redeem Our Pledge and Magnite. And Asterix was being led to the gates without the rider, sporting the second colours of Anand Chopra, which are being sported here by Jamaica.
Your attention please. Previous carried over amount of net rupees 1 lakh has been added to the jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of jackpot pool tickets will close at the start of the second race. Please buy your tickets early to avoid disappointment. I repeat, previous carried over amount of net rupees 1 lakh has been added to the jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of jackpot pool tickets will close.
No real change in the betting. Number 2, Jamaica continues to be the strong favorite, 20 to 9 on. Number 4, Kindred Spirit, 11 to 2, 10 to 1 and over, bar these two. So that's the way they bet here for this Adabella handicap. Runners and riders just getting to the gates. You can see them there. Jamaica, Mr. Humble, Kindred Spirit and UV have already reached the gates. And they're waiting for the other 4, out of which 3 are on their way, and Asterix being led there without the rider. And a lovely long shot there of the Victoria Memorial. You couldn't get a prettier race course than this and more imposing. So winter finally here in Calcutta. It's cooled off. The people are loving it. The horses are enjoying it. And it's a great afternoon to be here on the race course on Confluence Calcutta 2000 Guineas Day, the second classic of the season, which is scheduled to be run as the 5th race of the day. The riderless Asterix has reached the starting gates, and the last 2 to arrive there are Redeem Our Pledge and Magnite. All 8 runners now at the 1200 meter marker. No change in the betting. Number 2 Jamaica, 20 to 9 on. Number 4 Kindred Spirit, 11 to 2. Mr. Humble will be the first to walk in. The horses are now being stalled for the Adabella plate. Mr. Humble goes in quietly. The next one to be led up will be UV. We've got Redeem Our Pledge standing riderless in front of the gates, with the blinds on, waiting to be backed in. In the meanwhile, Asterix has been stalled. The top-weighted Mr. Perfect has moved in as well. And they're trying to back Redeem Our Pledge into the gates with the blinds on, without the rider. Horses out behind, the favorite Jamaica and the second favorite Kindred Spirit. Magnite also waiting to be stalled. The handler's trying to back Redeem Our Pledge into the gates. And they do a good job in getting him in. Redeem Our Pledge has been stalled. And on the outside, we've got Mr. Perfect, who's playing up a bit. Amusing lineup. You've got a Mr. Perfect, a Mr. Humble, both running in the same race. In the meanwhile, Magnite being walked up now. Kindred Spirit has also moved in. And the last one into the gates will be the piping hot favorite, Jamaica. Jamaica comes to complete the line of 8. They're all in. And they're away and racing for the Adabella handicap. Fairly level break. And as they settle down, it's Jamaica, just the leader there, from Kindred Spirit joining him and trying to take it up on the outside. Trapped about 4 wide and making a forward move then is Mr. Perfect. 2.5 away Magnite, UV on the inside. Length and a half behind Asterix. Then comes Mr. Humble. And the back marker at this stage is Redeem Our Pledge. They go past the 8 and approach the 600-meter marker. Kindred Spirit now by about a length and a half there from Mr. Perfect up on the outside. Then there's Jamaica tucked in on the fence, joining him and keeping him company, Magnite. A length and a half away then comes UV, being tracked now by Asterix. Then there's Mr. Humble and the back marker, Redeem Our Pledge. Round the turn now into the straight. Kindred Spirit comes in home first by about a length and a half from Mr. Perfect. Jamaica being switched to the inside to get a run. And then on the stand side there is Magnite. But as they straighten for the final run in, and Jamaica is really having to work down his way on the inside, Kindred Spirit just still the leader. On the wide outside is Magnet and UV coming with a big run. It's Jamaica on the inside and a Magnite on the outside and UV on the wide outside, locked together in a very close finish. Could have gone to Jamaica, but we'll have to wait and see. So a real breathtaking finish there for this second race, the Adabella handicap. Jamaica, the piping hot favorite, might have just held it, but my goodness, he certainly had to pull out all stops. He got the shortest way home, came through on the inside, but we'll have to wait for the judge's verdict to decide the outcome of this Adabella handicap. And we're waiting for the replay to see if that'll show you, shed a little more now. Kindred Spirit, just the leader. On the outside, Mr. Perfect. On the inside there comes Jamaica. Then you've got Magnite, and now you've got UV switching to the wide outside. They straighten up, and Kindred Spirit just the leader. Magnite looking very dangerous on the outside, and UV also putting in a spirited run. Jamaica has got the advantage of being on the inside railings, but with about 50 to run now, and it's very, very tight. Jamaica still the leader, and looks like he's just about held it there from a very, very fast finishing UV. As they go past, it just could be anybody's race, but Jamaica looks like he might have got it. We wait for the judges' placings.
results of the second race at Kolkata. Number 2, Jamaica, first. Number 5, UV, second. Number 6, Magnite, third. Number 4, Kindred Spirit, fourth. Number 8, Asterix, fifth. I repeat. Number 2, Jamaica, first. Number 5, UV, second. Number 6, Magnite, third. Number 4, Kindred Spirit, fourth. Number 8, Asterix, fifth.
Your attention, please. Could trainer Vikas Jaiswal please report to the weighing room? I repeat, could trainer Vikas Jaiswal please report to the weighing room?
The distances and time, won by a short head, a long neck between second and third, a length and 3/4 between third and fourth, a length between fourth and fifth. Time 1 minute 15.284 seconds. I repeat, short head, a long neck, 1 3/4, 1, time 1 minute 15.284 seconds.
Your attention please. The all clear has been given for the second race in Kolkata. In the third race in Kolkata, horse number 7,000 words is being led out early to the start. I repeat, horse number 7,000 words is being led out early to the start.
May I have your attention, please? The close finish for the first place is displayed on the CCTV. I repeat, the close finish for the first place is displayed on the CCTV.
So I have with me trainer Javed Khan, and he's a proud trainer of Jamaica. This is her second victory. A question for you, sir. When you saw Kindred Spirit was going out a little bit and Neeraj switched towards the inside, and I think you might have had your heart on your mouth for a while, and then the finish. You were confident that Jamaica got it, or you thought you would rather wait for the photo?
No, as far as I've been watching racing, I could make out she's got it, but I didn't expect her to win by such a short margin. There's a reason behind it. I can't discuss it here. It was all done little, we never had a plan, and suddenly we decided to run her here. I'm quite sure she's going to do even better. More than important is that she's had 2 starts for my new owners, and she's won both. Right. So she gets all the credit, and Neeraj did the correct thing. If he chose to come from the outside, he would have been blocked. So he did smart. He went for the fence, and the inner is a little on the dead side, I feel so. It'll go a little faster later on.
All right, so one question before you go off, sir. We would see Jamaica as a 3-year-old again, or would we see her next as a 4-year-old?
I think most probably you'll see her as a 4-year-old, most probably, because you're talking about a few more days to go. So probably you'll see her there, and she'll do well again, I can assure you.
Thank you, sir, and best of luck, sir. Thank you.
Your attention please. Please note, in the third race in Kolkata, there is a change of rider. Horse number 7,000 words will be ridden by jockey P. Trevor. I repeat, there's a change of rider in the third race in Kolkata. Horse number 7,000 words will now be ridden by jockey P. Trevor.
Your attention please. Previous carried over amount of net rupees 50,000 has been added to the mini jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of mini jackpot pool tickets will close at the start of the third race. Please buy your tickets early to avoid disappointment. I repeat, previous carried over amount of net rupees 50,000 has been added to the mini jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of mini jackpot pool tickets will close at the start of the third race. Please buy your tickets early to avoid disappointment.
And they're away and racing for the Adabella handicap. Fairly level break. And as they settle down, it's Jamaica, just the leader there, from Kindred Spirit joining him and trying to take it up on the outside. Trapped about 4 wide and making a forward move then is Mr. Perfect. 2.5 away Magnite, UV on the inside. Length and a half behind Asterix. Then comes Mr. Humble. And the back marker at this stage is Redeem Our Pledge. They go past the 8 and approach the 600-meter marker. Kindred Spirit now by about a length and a half there from Mr. Perfect up on the outside. Then there's Jamaica tucked in on the fence, joining him and keeping him company, Magnite. A length and a half away then comes UV, being tracked now by Asterix. Then there's Mr. Humble and the back marker, Redeem Our Pledge. Round the turn now into the straight. Kindred Spirit comes in home first by about a length and a half from Mr. Perfect. Jamaica being switched to the inside to get a run. And then on the stand side there is Magnite. But as they straighten for the final run in, and Jamaica is really having to work down his way on the inside, Kindred Spirit just still the leader. On the wide outside is Magnet, and UV coming with a big run. It's Jamaica on the inside and a Magnite on the outside, and UV on the wide outside, locked together in a very close finish. Could have gone to Jamaica, but we'll have to wait and see. So a real breathtaking finish there for this second race, the Adabella Handicap. Jamaica, the piping hot favourite.
Dividend for the second race of Calcutta. 2 win pays rupees 1313. 2 place pays rupees 1111. 5 place pays rupees 1414 and 6 place pays rupees 1919. Second horse pool pays rupees 2323. Third horse pool pays rupees 4747. Quinella pays rupees 4343. Forecast pays rupees 4040. Your attention please. Tanala pays rupees 212, 212. The winning combination is 2, 5 and 6. Your attention please. The carried over gross exacta is rupees 410, 410. Your attention please. In the first leg of jackpot pool, the gross pool collection is rupees 3,1920, 301,920 on 16,741 successful winning tickets. Your attention please. In the second leg of first triple pool, there are 646 winning tickets.
Moving on to the third race of the afternoon, the Daring Dawn Handicap for horses rated 61 to 86, rated 41 to 66, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. The first runner we are looking at is Hidden Gold, Dieter Moore out of Coquinella. Hidden Gold, this was the first start it had this season in race number 5, where it was leading the pack as they entered the home straight, where it went over 1200 meters and then kept on finding something until the last 200 meters, when there was a late surge by Delphine, who kicked away from Hidden Gold, and all Hidden Gold was do was the next best thing, finish on second. Four runners went up against each other in race number 10. We had number 3 Queenstown, who took the turn in second spot, then started to drop back and finished on 5th. We had number 5 Multi-Star, who took the turn in 6th spot, stayed on in 6th. We had number 6 Moselle, who was in 3rd spot as they entered the home straight, then dropped back slightly and finished on 4th. And the other runner was number 8, which is Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom took the turn in 4th spot, then came up with a run and eventually finished on 2nd. The winner here was Time and Tide, who made every post a winning one and won that race by 9 3/4 of a length. Couple of runners went up against each other. That's 1000 Words and number 10, that's a Good Tip. 1000 Words, this was its first start of the season in race number 30, and what a start it was. It made every post a winning one in the hands of jockey P.S. Chauhan and won that race by a length. The other runner was Good Tip. After winning a couple of starts in the monsoon season, this was his third start, where it was installed the favourite, took the turn in 7th spot, then retired home and finished on 8th, and the winner was 1000 Words. Couple of runners went up against each other again. Number 9 is Burmese, number 11 Maktub. Maktub took the turn in 2nd spot, then dropped back and eventually finished on 6th. Number 9 Burmese took the turn widest of all, then circled the field and absolutely pulverized the opposition, won that race by 6.5 lengths.
Your attention, please. Please note, in the third race in Kolkata, horse number 1, Gazino, will now be ridden by jockey Rupal Singh. I repeat, horse number 1, Gazino, will now be ridden by jockey Rupal Singh.
We move on to the third race of the day, the Daring Dawn Handicap for horses rated 61 to 86, 1100 meters, a field of 11 runners. Note there is a change of jockey for horse number 7, 1000 words, will now be ridden by jockey Pete Trevor.
Any change of jockey?
And horse number 1, Gazino, will now be ridden by Rupal Singh. Then give us your views on horse number 1, Gazino, from Vikas Jaiswal's yard.
Well, Gazino's having his first start here with Vikash in Calcutta. He's really looking well, the 9-year-old bay horse. He's giving weight to the field, looking really well prepared and carrying very good condition in the paddock. Should go very close, if not win.
I agree with you, Danny, sir. And to be honest, Gazino, even though he's a 9-year-old, I think the form that they have he's seen, I think it's going to be a very tough cookie here.
Number 2, Hidden Gold, also a 7-year-old, ridden by Nikhil Naidu, has run a good second last time to Delphini, 3 1/4 lengths behind. Will have the speed. The 1100 will suit Hidden Gold, should be in the fight.
I agree with you. Number 3, Queenstown, a horse which has a bracket in a last season where it won over 1400 meters. I think 1100 might be a little too short.
But she's a versatile filly, ridden by Vinay Jaiswal. She'll certainly make should make the finish interesting.
Number 4, Etosha, a horse which we have not seen much in Calcutta, but has a race mostly down south. And Etosha definitely brings in a lot of class, the mount of J.H. Arul.
Number 5, Multi-Starrer, the ride of Imran Chisti, who's here in Calcutta for the winter season again. Of course, Multi-Starrer has performed in Class 1, down in class, can be a surprise with Imran aboard.
Don't you think the distance is going to be a little too short for Multi-Starrer?
I agree with you. He likes middle distance races and can go up to 9 furlongs, but he's certainly on the handicap, can surprise.
Another speedy customer here, number 6, Moselle, in the mount of Kiran Naidu, has seen good company in Western India, but couple of starts so far hasn't really done anything. What do you make about Moselle?
Well, Moselle doesn't have the forward race run form. She's run a faraway 4th last time, has to improve on that. But having said that, she has the capabilities to surprise.
Next up, the Catch Me If You Can horse, 1000 words now, the mount of Pete Trevor. Definitely is going to be the horse that everybody has to come on beat because it's going to be the front run, I am assuming. What do you make of it?
Absolutely. 1000 words will really make them gallop. And he's a horse which doesn't give up easily. He's won his last start, beating Dr. Doom, up on the handicap a bit here. So he should be there, not far from the winner.
On handicap, the next runner, Dr. Doom, definitely comes into it, comes in a little late and likes the rail run. And if I heard the trainer correctly, the inside is a little bit on the softer side. He says that it will get a little faster as the track progresses.
Well, he's drawn 11, Albert, so it'll be difficult to get to the inside fence in 1100 there because they'll be getting the turn soon after they jump out.
Right.
And he's been a bridesmaid on the last 3 occasions, so he's due a win anytime. He's looking really well in the paddock.
A horse which ran like a machine last time out. Burmese circled the field. Change of jockey. It moves. PS Tejeshwar gets the mount now, but a really small-made horse, but a power-packed horse.
Yeah, she's really in form. She's worked well. She's maybe light-framed, but she's full of heart.
Number 10, Good Tip, the winner of her couple of starts in the monsoon season, went off the boil in her last start. What do you make about Good Tip?
Well, she's won 2 before that. One bad performance, I wouldn't write her off. She's at bottom weight. Neeraj is riding her. Good Tip can upset on the handicap here.
Lastly, number 11, Maktub, the mount of P. The Kiran. What do you make about this? Speaking of which, gelding.
Well, the 7-year-old certainly carrying bottom weight. He's been fancied in his last couple of starts, but he's been running places. I think this is a tough set for him to select him as one of the top 3, but on the handicap, he can run a decent race.
So what will be a top 2 in this race, Danny, sir?
Well, I'll go with the top weight Gazino. I think he's in it. Then you've got a Good Tip, I think, and Burmese. I think the race should be between these 3.
I agree with Gazino, but I would like to throw in number 7, 1,000 words in there as well. So 1, 7 are my top 2 selections here.
It seems a very open race.
Melissa is trying to tell us something, but I don't think she wants to be on air for that. Over to Mrs. Iris Madden, who's going to call them home, the Daring Dawn handicap. Danny, so you want to add something before we go off air?
No, I think Melissa was giving an outsider on number 11, Maktub. So,
well, we better watch out for Maktub now that Danny sir has spilled the beans on Melissa.
Your attention please. Previous carried over amount of net rupees 50,000 has been added to the mini jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of mini jackpot pool tickets will close at the start of the 3rd race. Please buy your tickets early to avoid disappointment. I repeat, previous carried over amount of net rupees 50,000 has been added to the mini jackpot pool collection of the day. The sale of mini jackpot pool tickets will close at the start of the 3rd race. Please buy your tickets early to avoid disappointment.
We come to the 3rd race of the afternoon, the Daring Dawn handicap. And this is a handicap for horses rated 61 to 86, those rated 41 to 66 eligible to enter. Runners and riders on their way to the starting gates. This is an 1100 meter scurry. And the latest bookmakers odds, number 1, Gazino, the Western India import, at 7 to 4. Number 4, Etosha from down south at 5 to 2, and a big jump after that to number 9, Burmese at 7 to 1. Number 7, 1,000 words at 8 to 1, longer odds the rest. So 10 of the 11 runners on their way to the gates. They're just waiting for Moselle, who was playing up a bit and has just come out onto the racetrack. So runners and riders making their way to the starting gates. The bookmakers odds, number 1, Gazino at 7 to 4, number 4, Etosha at 5 to 2, number 9, Burmese at 7 to 1, number 7, 1,000 words, 8 to 1, longer odds the rest. So that's the way they bet here for this Daring Dawn handicap. Runners and riders making their way towards the 1100 meter marker. And of course the big race on the agenda today is the 5th race, the Confluence Calcutta 2000 Guineas, Grade 3, attracting a small field, but a nice competitive one. It's a Grade 2 affair, and that's slated as the 5th race to be run here at 3:30 p.m. And a slight change in the betting. Number 1, Gazino, now being back down to 16 to 10 against. Number 4, Etosha, drifting out 15 to 4. Number 7, 1,000 words, and number 9, Burmese, both at 7 to 1, longer odds the other runners. So that's the way they're betting here with Gazino, the Western India import, at 16-10. So with the exception of Moselle, the other 10 runners at the 1100 meter marker. A real competitive affair this, and runners and riders getting to the starting gates. You can just see Burmese and Good Tip getting there now. 1,000 Words was led to the gates without the rider. In the picture there is Dr. Doom. And just coming into it now is Etosha. Maktub is there with them. So too Hidden Gold. They still have Moselle to reach, who's still about just past 1,000. Moselle finally getting to the 1100 meter marker. All 11 runners now at the starting gates. Hidden Gold will be the first to walk in. The horses are now being stalled for the Daring Don handicap. Gazino has moved in. Burmese getting in now. Good Tip in the white cap now being walked up. In the meanwhile, Multistara being led up. Multistara turning away. And the handlers trying to push Good Tip into the gates. In the meanwhile, Queenstown has been stalled. The horses out behind, Dr. Doom, Maktub, 1,000 Words, Multistara, Etosha riderless with the blinds on. Dr. Doom, the first of that 5 to walk in. Maktub now being walked up. They're making a concerted effort on Multistara. Multistara not liking the look of those gates at all and refusing to walk towards them. Probably needs a pair of blinds on him, but the handler's not giving up on Multistara and they get him in. Multistara has been pushed in. The riderless Etosha also looks like he's stalled. The last one in will be 1,000 Words. 1,000 Words comes to complete this line of 11 for the Daring Don handicap. They're all in. And they're off and racing. A very level break by all the 11 runners. And as they sort themselves out, 1,000 Words streaks to the front by about a length and a half there from on the wide outside Moselle. Then there's Hidden Gold on the inside, Queenstown with them, Dr. Doom very wide, Maktoum and Gazino in between. Then comes Etosha, followed there by Super Multistara. A length and a half behind Multistara there is Good Tip and Burmese. They go past the 800 and approach past the 600 meter marker. 1,000 Words just the leader now from Moselle. Then there's Queenstown up on the outside. Right behind them there in the box seat is Gazino. On the inside comes Hidden Gold. Then there's Etosha coming very wide. Round the turn now and into the straight, and it's still 1,000 Words down the middle, shifting off a straight course. But Etosha is moving fastest of all on the outside, and she just streaks away from them. And with about 100 to run, Etosha is about a length and a half, 2.5, 3 lengths the good of Hidden Gold. Then comes Gazino, but Etosha walks away with the Daring Don handicap, well clear there of Hidden Gold. Then came Gazino. So the outcome of the third race, won here by number 4, Etosha, the property of the Manjari Breeders Farm Private Limited, Mr. Rupesh Anil Saraf and Balam Mola, trained by Neil Darasha, ridden by Arul, and coming out to swamp the opposition and win the Daring Don handicap in great style. No hard luck stories here. They turn for home. Arul produced Etosha a little wide on the outside, but once he set him alight, the acceleration was just had to be seen to be believed. So the outcome of the third race, the Daring Don handicap, won by number 4, Etosha, trained by Neil Darasha, ridden by J.H. Arul. We wait for the replay. Now 1,000 Words just the leader there from Moselle on the outside, and then you've got Queenstown. Gazino gets a lovely run on the inside, and Etosha is put in top gear on the wide outside and just sails past them. And as they straighten, you can see Etosha just extending the margin of victory as he wins this very, very stylishly from Hidden Gold. Gazino struggling on to be in third place, and the rest were out of it. So the winner, Etosha, sighted a long way from home.
The results of the third race at Kolkata: number 4, Etosha first, number 2, Hidden Gold second, number 1, Gazino third, number 8, Dr. Doom, 4th. Number 10, Good Tip, 5th. I repeat, number 4, Etosha, 1st. Number 2, Hidden Gold, 2nd. Number 1, Gazino, 3rd. Number 8, Dr. Doom, 4th. Number 10, Good Tip, 5th. The distances and time won by 4 lengths, half a length between 2nd and 3rd, 3 lengths between 3rd and 4th, half a length between 4th and 5th, time 1 minute 05.814 seconds. I repeat, 4, half, 3, half, time 1 minute 05.814 seconds.
Your attention please. The all clear has been given for the 3rd race in Kolkata. Please note, in the 4th race in Kolkata, horse number 4, Veneno, and horse number 7, Oh My Darling, are being led out early to the start. I repeat, horse number 4, Veneno, and horse number 7, Oh My Darling, are being led out early to the start.
I have with me trainer Neil Darashah. And Neil, first and foremost, congratulations on this win. My question, you thought that he's going to win it so comfortably?
Absolutely, I had no doubt in my mind. Very confident today. He's much, much better than the class he's run with today. He's run with horses like Polished Girl, who's run with Oh Hansini and All Attractive. And looking at the field, I was super confident.
You know, Neil, I just want to say this to the rest of the punters who don't get a chance to look at you. I think you are one trainer. If we had an extra camera, we would put it on you, and we would watch your reactions when the horses are getting close. You're the most animated trainer I have seen in my 20 years of racing. And congratulations again.
I was super excited for this horse because he's been through a lot, and just happy for the whole team. And changing and coming to Calcutta. It's not been easy, but we're enjoying every moment of it.
Well, what's next for Etosha? He will be kept off for a while, or you have another run planned for him quickly?
As long as they're well and eating well and happy, they'll run.
Great. Congratulations and best of luck with the rest of the season.
And they're off and racing, a very level break by all the 11 runners. And as they sort themselves out, 1,000-word streaks to the front by about a length and a half there from on the wide outside, Moselle. Then there's Hidden Gold on the inside, Queenstown with them, Dr. Doom very wide. Maktoum and Casino in between. Then comes Atosha, followed there by Super Multistara, a length and a half behind Multistara. There is Good Tip and Burmese. They go past the 800 and approach past the 600 meter marker. 1,000 Words just the leader now from Moselle. Then there's Queenstown up on the outside. Right behind them there in the box seat is Gazino. On the inside comes Hidden Gold. Then there's Atosha coming very wide. Round the turn now and into the straight, and it's still 1,000 Words down the middle, shifting off a straight course. But Atosha is moving fastest of all on the outside, and she just streaks away from them. And with about 100 to run, Atosha is about a length and a half, 2.5, 3 lengths the good of Hidden Gold. Then comes Casino, but Atosha walks away with the Daring Dawn handicap, well clear there of Hidden Gold. Then came Casino. So the outcome of the third race, won here by number 4, Atosha, the property of the Manjari Breeders Farm Private Limited, Mr. Rupesh Anil Saraf and Balam Mola, trained by Neil Darasha, ridden by Arul, and coming out to
We move on to the fourth race of the afternoon, the Scarlet Prince Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. First runner we're looking at is Palcha. Palcha has already had 3 starts without placing in any of them. In its last start, Palcha took the turn in 8th spot, made up a placing and finished on 7th. This was over 1200 meters, where the winner was Burmese. Number 2 is Zuma, Sir Cecil out of Forest Vision. What a debut this was for Zuma. This was in race number 8. Zuma was lying third as they entered the home straight. Then when asked for an effort, started to accelerate and absolutely cleared away. Won that race by 8 lengths, beating Sandrin into second. Number 3 is Venus, his earlier won in Bangalore in race number 22, where it went over 1200 meters. After switching base to Calcutta, first start it has was in race number 12, where she took the turn in 9th spot, then dropped back and finished on second last of 12 runners. The winner here was Jamaica. Number 4 is Veneno. Veneno had a start in the monsoon season where it finished on second over 1600 meters. This start we are looking at is from the current season in race number 2, where it went over 1600 meters again. Took the turn in 4th spot when asked for an effort. Did not have much to offer. Finished on close-up but finished on 5th. The winner here was Raspberry in green, who absolutely pulverized the opposition. Won that race by about 6 lengths. Number 5 is Thalamis. Thalamis is Planeteer out of Zawa, a winner of his earlier start in race number 13, where it got the measure of Regan. Over here in race number 16, this was from the monsoon season, race number 33, where it went over 1600 meters, was in the 7th spot as they entered the home straight, then tried to make a race out of it and eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was Sagittari, who won that race by almost 3 lengths.
Pays rupees 1515. Second horse pool pays rupees 106 106. Third horse pool pays rupees 7373. Quinella pays rupees 427 427. Forecast pays rupees 602 602. Your attention please. Tanala pays rupees 1555 1555. The winning combination is 4 2 and 1. Your attention please, the carried over gross exacta is rupees 220 220. Your attention please, in the second leg of jackpot pool, there are 3,334 successful winning tickets. Your attention please in the third leg of first triple pool. The dividend is 318,318 on 163 winning tickets. Your attention please in the first leg of mini jackpot pool. The gross pool collection is rupees 44,460, 4444 on 844 winning tickets.
Your attention please. Please note in the fourth race in Kolkata, horse number 6 Amber Knight carries 55.5 kilos including half a kilo overweight. I repeat, horse number 6 Amber Knight carries 55.5 kilos including half a kilo overweight. Your attention please. Please note in the fourth race in Kolkata, horse number 4 Veneno is now being ridden by jockey Vinay Jaiswal. I repeat, horse number 4 Veneno is now being ridden by jockey Vinay Jaiswal.
We move on to the fourth race of the day, the Scarlet Prince Handicap. Field of 7 runners, 1600 meters. Please note in this race, horse number 4, Veneno, there's a change of rider, will now be ridden by Vinay Jaiswal. Ratha, take us through horse number 1, Palcha from B. Rajinder Reddy's yard, ridden by Rupal Singh.
Number 1, Palcha has not had much form. He's had 3 starts, unplaced in all 3 starts. He really has to improve in this race a lot.
Horse number 2, Zuma from Asha Doctor's yard, ridden by Yash Neredu.
Zuma's just come to the paddock. She looks absolutely well. She won her only maiden start in taking style, where she just blew the field away. And definitely she's up again to put up another performance like that today.
Horse number 3, Venus, from Neil Darashah's yard, ridden by Arul JH.
Venus had just one start over 1100 meters this winter, and she finished in the back bunch. And definitely she has to improve in that. She looks fit and well. She's being led out already early to the starting gates.
And horse number 4, Vineno, from B. Rajendra's ready yard, ridden now by Vinay Jaiswal.
Vineno has had 2 starts since coming from Hyderabad, where she ran 2nd and 5th. And definitely she looks much fitter than what she looked before. She should put up a better run than what she ran last time.
And horse number 5, Thalame, again from Asha Doctor's yard, ridden by P. Tejeshwar.
Thalame's 2 starts in the monsoon. He won 1 and then ran 4th subsequently. And this time, the second rider of the stable, P. Tejeshwar, takes the ride. Horse looks fit and well, and the mile definitely will suit him.
Horse number 6, Amber Knight, from Rajesh Naredu's yard, ridden by Nikhil Naidu.
Amber Knight is having his first start in Calcutta since coming from Mumbai, where he won a race and then ran 6th. Horse looks absolutely fit and well, has been working well, and should put up a fight in this race.
And horse number 7, Oh My Darling, from Patrick Wynn's yard, ridden by apprentice jockey N. Bhosle.
Oh My Darling has been let out early from the gates. We got a chance to see the horse. She looks absolutely fit and well. She's been working well. He's got apprentice from Mumbai and Bhosle riding, claiming another 3 kilos off. So definitely she's in with a fight.
So Ratha, if I would have to ask you for your top 2 for the 4th race, which 2 would you say would be at the fighting end of the field?
I would give Zuma the chance, because the way she won last time, and the other horse which comes in with on handicap chance is Oh My Darling.
The horses are making their way towards the starting gates, so we leave it up to the commentary box and may the best horse win. Thank you.
So the runners and riders for the 4th race, the Scarlet Prince Handicap, now coming out onto the racetrack and on their way to the 1600 meter marker. This is a race for horses rated 21 to 46, those rated 1 to 26 eligible to enter. The latest bookmakers odds, number 2, Zuma at 13 to 10, number 7, Oh My Darling at 5 to 2, number 6, Amber Knight 4 to 1, and a big jump after that, 12 to 1 and over, bar these 3. So that's the way they bet here for this Scarlet Prince Handicap, with the number 2, Zuma, the favorite. Second favorite, number 7, Oh My Darling at 5 to 2. Number 6, Amber Knight at 4 to 1, and longer odds the rest. So an interesting race this, the mile. And an amusing anecdote that goes with it. They always said that in Calcutta, if there are two greys running in a race, invariably one of them comes out and wins. Well, there are two greys. You've got Zuma and you've got Oh My Darling. Both of them grey, and they're both first and second favourite. So the question is, which of the two greys is going to come out and win, if one of them is going to win at all? But they're on their way to the starting gates. You can see them there. You've got Zuma, Veneno and Thalames all running together. Amber Knight was out in front. And you've got Oh My Darling, who was being led to the gates without the rider. Venus had left earlier as well. Slight change in the bedding. Runners and riders already at the starting gates. I think they're just waiting for Palcha, who was being led to the gates without the rider. But the latest bookmakers odds, Zuma at 14-10. Number 7, Oh My Darling at 9-4. Number 6, Amber Knight 4-1. And 12-1 and over, bar these three. So that's the way they bet here for this fourth race, the Scarlet Prince handicap, being run over the metric mile. 6 of the 7 runners at the gates. They're just waiting for the riderless Palcha, who's being led there without the rider. So the horses are now being stalled for this Scarlet Prince handicap. Oh My Darling was the first to walk up to the gates. Oh My Darling, a little mulish there and certainly not behaving like anybody's darling as she rears up and backs away. And they're going to try Oh My Darling a second time. And this time they've managed to coax her in, so Oh My Darling has been stalled. Thalame being walked up now. Thalame has moved in. Veneno with the white cap getting in. Palcha is also moving in. Zuma is riderless in front of the gates and has been blindfolded. Meanwhile, Amber Knight is the next one into the stalls. Amber Knight gets in quietly. There's just Venus and Zuma to go now. Venus comes into the outside draw. She's moved in. They're just waiting now for the second grey in the race. That's Zuma. The riderless Zuma in front of the gates. They're waiting to back her in. Zuma a little full of herself there in front of the gates. But the handlers lining her up. And they've done a great job getting her in, though the riderless and blindfolded Zuma has been backed in. All 7 runners in the race for the Scarlet Prince handicap. And they're off and racing. Level break, and as they settle down, it's Zuma on the outside, the first to show out from Oh My Darling, keeping her company on the inside. Venus is right there with them on the side outside. Then we've got Thalame, followed there by Veneno and Palcha running together, and Amber Knight. They go past the 1200 meter marker now, and it's now Oh My Darling settling down to lead by about a length from Zuma, tracking her all the time. A length and a half away, although 3 off the fence there, is Venus. On the inside railings, tucked in nicely, is Thalame. A length behind Thalame then comes Veneno. Amber Knight making a bit of a forward move, and Palcha. The field fairly tightly grouped, with Oh My Darling continuing to call it in front by about a length and a half from Zuma, moving in second position. About a length and a half away then comes Veneno, followed there by Thalame. Then there's Amber Knight also making a bit of a forward move, Venus dropping out of it, and the back marker Palcha. Round the turn now into the straight, and Oh My Darling has a lead of about a length and a half from Zuma, trying to get up on the outside. Thalame looking for a run on the inside railings, and then there's Amber Knight on the stand side. But with about 150 left to run, and Oh My Darling still has the advantage by about a length and a half from Zuma, and then on the stand side there comes Veneno, but it's still going for the line. It's still Oh My Darling on the inside. On the stand side, Amber Knight, but Oh My Darling wins it here from Amber Knight in second. Then came Zuma, followed there by Veneno. Thalame well behind them, Palcha and Venus. So the outcome of the 4th race, won by number 7, Oh My Darling, trained here by Patrick Quinn, and went to the front from the word go, and was ridden by jockey N. Bhosale, and came out to win convincingly in the end, despite a late challenge there from Amber Knight. So the outcome of the 4th race, won by number 7, Oh My Darling. Here's the replay. Oh My Darling comes in first. Zuma is under pressure and trying to get up on the outside. Then you've got Amber Knight coming with a run on the stand side. but with about 150 left to run, and Oh My Darling still has the advantage. She's made them carry the weight, carrying 52 on her back. She's made the rest carry the weight, and in the end, she wins quite convincingly from a late finishing Amber Knight, who's run on to take second position, well clear there of Zuma and Veneno. So the outcome, Oh My Darling, winning the Scarlet Prince handicap.
The results of the fourth race at Kolkata. Number 7, number 6, Amber Knight, second. Number 2, Zuma, third. Number 4, Veneno, fourth. Number 5, Thalamus, fifth. I repeat, 7, Oh My Darling, first. Number 6, Amber Knight, second. Number 2, Zuma, third. Number 4, Veneno, fourth. Number 5, Thalamus, fifth. The distances and time: 1 by 3 1/4 lengths, a length and 3/4 between second and third, a nose between third and fourth, a distance between fourth and fifth. Time 1 minute 41.124 seconds. I repeat, 3 1/4, 1 3/4, a nose, a distance, time 1 minute 41.124 seconds.
Hello, hello.
Your attention please. The all clear has been given for the 4th race in Kolkata.
So I have with me Mr. Chadian Abraham, the proud owner of Oh My Darling. It's a recent acquisition for you, and it must be a very proud feeling for her to come out and win on her first start.
Yeah, she was actually with in Bombay, and we bought her from Bombay, and we pitched her into Calcutta, and this was her first start, and she's done well for us.
Absolutely, what a win every post. And we were speaking off camera about the jockey, and both of us were really impressed with the riding of N. Bosley. And you were telling me you gave him a few instructions and he followed to the T.
Yes, whatever the trainer had instructed him to do, I think every meter he followed the instructions, and I'm very proud of him. He's a very good upcoming jockey. Yeah.
Well, next race, the big one, you have a runner coming up. Best of luck with that, and congratulations on this win,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you for chatting with us.
Bye-bye.
Yep. And they're off and racing. Level break, and as they settle down, it's Zuma on the outside, the first to show out from Oh My Darling, keeping her company on the inside. Venus is right there with them on the side outside. Then we've got Thalamis, followed there by Veneno and Palcha running together, and Amber Knight. They go past the 1200-meter marker now, and it's now Oh My Darling settling down to lead by about a length from Zuma, tracking her all the time. A length and a half away, although 3 off the fence there, is Venus. On the inside railings, tucked in nicely, is Thalamis. A length behind Thalamis then comes Veneno, Amber Knight making a bit of a forward move, and Palcha. The field fairly tightly grouped, with Oh My Darling continuing to call it in front by about a length and a half from Zuma, moving in second position. About a length and a half away then comes Veneno, followed there by Thalamis. Then there's Amber Knight also making a bit of a forward move, Venus dropping out of it, and the back marker Palcha. Round the turn now into the straight, and Oh My Darling has a lead of about a length and a half from Zuma, trying to get up on the outside. Thalamis looking for a run on the inside railings, and then there's Amber Knight on the stand side. But with about 150 left to run, and Oh My Darling still has the advantage by about a length and a half from Zuma, and then on the stand side there comes Veneno, but it's still going for the line. It's still Oh My Darling on the inside, on the stand side Amber Knight, but Oh My Darling wins it here from Amber Knight in second. Then came Zuma, followed there by Veneno, Thalamis, well behind them Palcha and Venus. So the out
Dividend for the 4th race of Calcutta. 7 win pays rupees 29.29. 7 place pays rupees 12.12. 6 place pays rupees 15.15, and 2 place pays rupees 11.11. Second horse pool pays rupees 41.41. Third horse pool pays rupees 55.55. Finella pays rupees 79.79. Forecast pays rupees 119.19. Your attention please. Tanala pays rupees 187. The winning combination is 7, 6 and 2. Your attention please. The carried over gross exacta is rupees 170. Your attention please. In the third leg of jackpot pool, there are 637 successful winning tickets. Your attention please. In the first leg of second triple pool, the gross pool collection is rupees 52,590, 52590. Left in 1,279 winning tickets. Your attention please. In the second leg of mini jackpot pool, there are 149 successful winning tickets.
Gen- Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the fifth race of the day, the much awaited, the Confluence Calcutta 2000 Guineas 2023 Grade 2. Now I have with me Albert and Danny. You've already heard them talk about all the 6 runners, but I'm going to ask them to give their views based on the paddock look of each of the horses.
Thanks, Melissa. We've just seen Tango Punch, horse number 5, the rider Vinay Jaiswal, come into the paddock, followed by number 3, Power Racer, the rider of P. Tejeshwar. And behind these two is the favorite, number 1, Destroyer, ridden by P.S. Chauhan, the winner of the Monsoon Derby. Albert, have a look at Destroyer. I think he's really looking a picture.
Yeah, a horse which perhaps you didn't get a chance to look at left early was Extravagant Star. I did have a chance to look at Extravagant Star. Looked decent in the paddock, and while it was led in early because it was read to the starting grade. So yeah, Destroyer really looks like it's ready to destroy everybody in its wake, and a very gentle horse, even though it's named Destroyer. I think it's a very, very gentle animal. I think there's not much to say about his form. We already know that. But the way he's parading, I think you can't really fault Patrick Quinn for the way he's turned him out.
He's a lovely specimen, and I think he was one of the picks of the sales. The son of Exceed and Excel, that got abroad, really looking quality horse as he is, and in fact looking more improved. He's looking much fitter than he did on the day that he won the Monsoon Derby.
A question, sir. This race has been rescheduled and by a few days. 3 days to be precise. You think you have trained a lot of classic winners, so you think it affects these horses? Because I know a few trainers time their preparation, their feed, the way they wake up in the morning and the way they work around to the T. So does it make any difference? Maybe 3 days doesn't. What do you think?
Well, it shouldn't make much of a difference because this race has obviously been planned and targeted by the trainers, well in advance. So a couple of days wouldn't make a difference, but it does make a difference to the going. And I think that was a major reason, and I think shifting it was the right decision because we have good going here today, and it'll suit all the horses fairly.
Since you mentioned the going, sir, I got a chance to speak to a few of the trainers, and they're seeing the inside of the track a little bit on the underdone side. So I think the race is going to be a little interesting because we may see a few of the main runners coming a little wide, maybe down the center or a little wider. So you think that may play into the way the race will unfold?
Well, usually the inside of the track is always the one that gets cut up early. So it's always better to stay off the inside in any part of the season. That would be, except if it's the first day of racing. The track is the same. We're
Number
looking
4,
at
Ramiel.
Yeah. Yes, Albert. Ramiel really is carrying a lovely coat. He's not a very big made horse, but he's looking absolutely fit. And yeah, he should be the one that Destroyer will test him with that 2.5 lengths that he was in deficit to Destroyer in the Monsoon Derby. I don't think it'll be easy to cover that 2.5 lengths, but he's looking fit for the task today.
Well, it's a one-way traffic. If you look at the bookmakers' odds, we got 10-3 on Destroyer, and except for Ramiel, who's at 8-1, it's really longer odds than the rest. You can really write your own card. I don't personally think it's going to be that procession, but I still give my first vote to Destroyer, but I think Ramiel is going to run it a little closer than 2.5 lengths.
Talking about a third horse, you've got Hornbill there, number 2, and purely on his rating, he's a maiden who's gone up to 58 rating. So it'll be interesting to see, how he performs today. The other ones are, of course, at longer odds because of their ratings are much lower than Destroyer, and then followed by Ramiel at 75.
Among the other horses which we hadn't mentioned, I think the horse which is parading in a nice fashion, I spoke about it in the video, is Tango Punch. And I'm a big fan of Vinay Jaiswal. He rides races. He doesn't get the credit. He doesn't get a lot of mind bound. I think Tango Punch could be a horse which fills in the frame.
Well, it's a 6-horse race and not much to beat. But, of course, the 1 and 2, Destroyer and Ramiel, are the ones that they'll have to really run out of their skin on paper to get ahead of. But having said that, it's always a race and anything can happen.
Well, over to Mr. Cyrus Madden, who's going to call them home. The Confluence Calcutta 2000 Guineas, our second classic of the season, and I think it's going to be a cracking race. I don't think any track records are going to be broken, but then you never know.
And to qualify that statement, it's attracted a field of 1 colt and 5 geldings on their way to the 1600 meter marker. The bookmakers' odds, a very, very strong favorite here in number 1, Destroyer, at 20 to 7 on. So Destroyer at 20 to 7 on. Number 4, Ramiel, next in demand at 8 to 1. Number 2, Hornbill at 10 to 1. And 20 to 1 and over the other 3 runners. So Destroyer, the God abroad son of Exceed and Excel out of Abak, the strong favorite here at 20 to 7 on. Runners and riders on their way to the starting gates, and we'll come back to you as we get closer. So in the picture there you've got Destroyer, followed there by Hornbill. Just behind them you've got Power Racer and Tango Punch as they make their way to the 1600 meter marker. Already there, Ramiel and Extravagant Star. All 6 runners now at the 1600 meter marker for this second classic of the season. The blinds just being put on the odds-on favorite Destroyer. Extravagant Star was led to the gates without the rider, and we're just waiting now for loading operations to commence. So Destroyer, the shortest price favorite of the day. But the horses are now being stalled for this second classic of the season, and Tango Punch was the first to walk in. You've got Power Racer standing in front of the gates, waiting to be backed in. They've backed Power Racer in without any trouble. Hornbill being walked up now. Hornbill goes in quietly. So 3 of the 6 in the gates. Next one in will be Ramiel. Ramiel goes into draw number 1. That just leaves Extravagant Star and Destroyer, both of them with the blinds on. One at 20 to 7 on, the other at 20 to 1. Destroyer goes in without any fuss at all. And the last one into the gates will be Extravagant Star. An Extravagant Star comes to complete the line of 6. They're all in for this Confluence Calcutta 2000 Guineas Grade 2. And they're away and racing for the Confluence Calcutta 2000 Guineas Grade 2 2023. And Destroyer gets straight down to business by about 2 lengths there from Ramiel in second. An identical distance away then we've got Hornbill in third. 2.5, 3 away then we've got Power Racer, followed there by Tango Punch and Extravagant Star. And as they go past and approach the 1200, it continues to be Destroyer on a start-to-finish mission. Tracking him all the time in second position, there comes Ramiel. A length and a half behind Ramiel is Hornbill, about 2 lengths adrift. Then we've got Power Racer on the rails, keeping him company on the outside there, Tango Punch, and about 2.5, 3 adrift. Then last of 6 is the Tango Punch. I beg your pardon, Extravagant Star. But as they begin to negotiate the turn and pass the 800-meter marker, Destroyer continues on his start-to-finish mission, still going handily in front by about 3 lengths now from Ramiel, being pushed to stay there in second. Hornbill is off the bridle already in third. Then we've got Power Racer, Extravagant Star making a bit of a forward move. But as they turn home and straighten up, and Destroyer is still the leader, traveling handily in front by about 2.5, 3 lengths there from Ramiel, heavily under the whip. Then comes Hornbill, but with about 150 left to run. Destroyer being given a reminder, but he's kicked away very nicely indeed from a fast-finishing Hornbill, who's going to run on to take second, but it's all over. Destroyer wins the Calcutta 2000 guineas comfortably from Hornbill. Then came Ramiel, followed a long way back to Extravagant Star. So the outcome of the 5th race, the second classic of the season, the Calcutta 2000 guineas, going to number 1, Destroyer, trained by Patrick Quinn, ridden by P.S. Chauhan, owned by Smita Bajoria, Sanjay Goyani, Cherian Abraham, and Balam Mola. Made all the running, hit the front from the time the gates opened, and in the end he still had a handy margin there over Hornbill, who's run on to be a gallant second. No hard luck stories. The outcome of the 5th race, won by the Got Abroad colt Destroyer, bred at the Poonawalla Estate Farms by Exceed and Excel out of a buck, and he made it start to finish. We're just waiting for the replay to come on to take you through the last part. It is, you've got Destroyer still going handily at this stage. Ramiel, as you can see, is off the bridle and coming under the stick. Then you've got Hornbill, who makes